How do you know what you want? How do you know if you want something or not? Or if you want someone or not? And why is it important? Well, it's kind of important because we always move towards what we want. We're moving away from what we don't want. But how do you know that what you want is what you really want? And that what you don't want is what you really don't want? What if it's all the other way around? Let me tell you a little story. First, when I went to England to learn English, I stayed with a British family. My English was little. And I remember they were really, trying to introduce me into this culture, and they were like super nice family. And at one point, this little boy comes to me with like this little thing. It looked like a biscuit. It was a crumpet, I learned later, and it had something black on it. And I was like, And suddenly the whole family like gathered around me. I was like, what's happening here? And so he handed me this crumpet with this thing on it. Looked like a marmalade a little bit. So I was like, thank you so much. I was like happy that he's giving me this gift. And so I took a bite. And when I took a bite, I almost died. It was the worst thing I've ever imagined. It tasted so bad. It tasted so horrible. It tasted like salty tar. It was like the worst thing ever. And as I was having it in my mouth, my mind went like, what? Because it was so far from what I had expected. But then I looked at the whole family and they were like this. Like all of them, they would like look at me like, do you like this? This is our British treasure. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I can't disappoint them. And the little boy was so cute. He was just looking at me like, hey, do you like it? This is my favorite meal. So I just like, instead of spitting it out immediately, I left it in my mouth for a little bit. And when I did that, there was another thought that came to tell me, that's interesting. And so I stayed in this tasting for a little bit longer. And then another thought tells me, this is actually good. It's just very different. That's what you expected. And so I really tried to find the taste. My mind was opening so wide. And eventually I found it. I found the taste. And I was like, whoa, this is actually pretty good. And partially I wanted to just please those people. They're like just looking at me like, hey. So I did. But actually I didn't fake it. I eventually, after, like chewing it for a little bit, I already realized that it was salty and it was like different. And the crumpet was actually pretty good. So I took another bite and I was like, whoa, this is actually pretty good. And they were like so happy. They were like, whoa, she likes it. And later they explained to me that it was Marmite, and half of the people absolutely hate it and half of the people love it. And so I ended up loving it. And it really changed something inside of me, because how do you know what you like, what you don't like? Because every time you do anything, there's a thought behind it that tells you, this is good. I like that girl. She's kind of sexy. I like this meal. This is so delicious. Whatever it is, a whole universe of thoughts that tell you about what you like, what you don't like. Do you really think that it's born in your taste? I mean, they say that we are only scared of two things when we are born: by loud noises and by falling from high heights. And just go to concerts. I mean, a lot of people don't care about loud noises anymore. And there's a lot of people who jump from planes and stuff. And there's a lot of people, like everyone, who's scared of everything else. like imaginary things, like what's gonna happen to you a year from now when you don't have enough money. I mean, just consider that your thoughts just pop into your mind. And what a liberation just to notice. Just that noticing, just that observation. It's liberating and brings you more compassion. And hopefully it helps you to slow down, so you can really keep opening your mind a little bit more to new possibilities. Because most people, they don't do what they really want to do. They do what they can afford. They do what they think they can afford. And it's also just a thought. And if you're interested in more learning how to question all these thoughts, everyday thoughts and beliefs, then consider going to my website. I made an online course which is called Break the Perfectionist Spell. And part of this course, doing also spell breaking hypnosis, which is exactly this, short hypnosis or meditations that help you to really go beyond all those thoughts that are so limiting and not true. So you learn little by little about how to question that. I mean, I can't think of anything more valuable than that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got at least some value of this video, because I'm here essentially to help you to open your mind a little bit more, so you can open your heart a little bit more. Start questioning things, especially your own thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, share, comment, and have a good day.